Hey, this is Russell back again with another episode. Well, the first episode for this series actually. Um, and yeah, I'm doing a post commentary on a game that I played. Um, the experience of playing this game was, uh, what 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 word can I use to describe it? So I stepped up the difficulty by one. As you've probably seen, the previous games I played were Monarch, I believe it was, and this is like the next step up from that, or maybe this is Monarch and I was playing the step below that. Whatever, I'm playing the next step up in difficulty, fourth difficulty level, where the AI gets a few little advantages, and other than that, the game is pretty much the same. Uh, and yeah, this game was pretty fun. I played it like partially in a hotel room and partially in an airport. Just because I had to do like some traveling at the time, and I was like I needed to kill some time and everything. So you may see like cuts occasionally, because like I would have to like go get food or go to the restroom, or at certain stages I was like waiting in like one spot in the airport for like a half an hour, and then I had to like move to like go to like another spot in the airport another half an hour. One time my battery died on my laptop, and so there's a cut there. Um, but yeah, um, I played this game. It was fun. Uh, had a good time playing it, and yeah. So yeah, I did like I don't want to say how long the game was because I don't want to like give away um how it ends on the very first episode. But yeah, this was my first time doing an archipelago in this in a very long time, and also my first time doing uh this level difficulty in a very long time. Like I said, I used to play this game something like 10 years ago, and this is my third game since restarting. The first two games I did on the difficulty level where you get like the same bonuses as the AI, same start as the AI. This is the next step up from that. I'm not sure exactly what bonuses the AI get. Maybe I'm so used to Civ 5 archipelagos or archipelago. I don't know how to pronounce it. Um, because I'm used to being pretty isolated very early on, and you'll see how that kind of influences my decision making early on. Um, I should have played this game a bit more aggressive, I would say, in terms of settling, in terms of doing what I need to do. I did do decently well when it comes to this stage of the game with exploring and grabbing up places and stuff like that. I was also pretty good to get that warrior early on, and there you go. So I was a little surprised by this, by like starting on the same place as someone else. And also they have a technology I don't have, which kind of sucks. I assume they got it from a ruin. I'm not sure, or maybe they're just that much better than me, the AI, or they get like that much more of a advantage. That's what I mean. Um, I start next to a lake, which is really good for food. Um, it gives me the ability to improve my tiles pretty optimally because I can make irrigation on things like the desert and the the plains, while on the grassland making mines. Um, so yeah, that works pretty well. Since I've seen that the Spanish are here, I'm thinking I have to settle in their direction. So I'm going for first city, and some warriors came. So I'm hoping that they're gonna kill, of course, my rival. Going a little risky here because I don't want to piss off the Spanish, and risk did not pay off. You can tell by that frustrated little circle I was doing with my hand there. I bait the guy into attacking my warrior, and this other guy's coming towards my warrior, which means he's gonna attack him. So, and yeah, I'm looking to build a road towards my next city. You know, just general expansion stuff. Like I said, I have to be pretty aggressive because there's limited real estate on this island. Losing a boat isn't such a big deal. I mean, it kind of sucks, but I'm making another one pretty soon. I'm working my way towards map making because I'm hoping to also be able to, you know, get like galleys pretty soon. I don't think Kuras can transport dudes. If they can, I'm stupid for going for galleys, but galleys can like transport people across to like other islands, and I expect to have to go and try to settle other islands too, especially now that I have competition on this island. And yeah. Oh, I didn't talk about the civ I chose. So I chose the Byzantines. And I just thought they would be fun to play. I figured I should play a seafaring civ. I believe they're seafaring. And so yeah, I like their civ. I thought it would be fun. And so I'm playing them. And yeah, that's all there is to it. I wouldn't say they're one of my favorites or particularly like great at anything. But I you know, having seafaring's nice. Having like a couple other, I forget what their other trade is off the top of my head. It was either commerce or scientific or something along those lines. But anyways, their traits are pretty good. And yeah, so pretty challenging game so far. You know, I feel very pressured to do stuff. I'm gonna do wealth for a couple turns because there's no point in starting the settler right now. You know, if the growth of the city, what's the word I'm looking for? If the growth of the city goes faster than the settler, then there is whatchamacallit. Then the next turn, I remember to switch to the settler. 8 turns, which is the same time that it grows. You have to have 3 pop in order to build the settler, so there's no point in queuing it up with 4, or else your city will just sit there wasting time. Got our boats moving. I probably should be tricking the trade window a little more often to trade for techs. Even though I've only have that one person, even trading for 1 tech is smart. Yeah, lots of sailing. Looks pretty good. We have an island right nearby us, which is ideal because you want to be as close to the palace with all of your settles as possible. So, of course, that's something I'm scoping out with the hopes of maybe getting settlers on one day. And yeah, just looking around. Got another civ there. So actually that civ is going to be kind of competition for that island. The goal is to bring my settlers there before they can. And they're just killing it in technology. I just don't know why they're going so fast down it. Maybe they just have like some like source of currency that's much better than mine. Or maybe it's just some kind of AI advantage for like being on a slightly higher difficulty. I don't think it's that. I don't think they do text faster in this difficulty level. I might be wrong on that though. Because I know there are some difficulty levels where they do tech faster. Tech trading is going to be pretty key to staying caught up to them. But I haven't really been in a position to take advantage of it yet. If I do enough exploring, though, that's the thing. If I can explore my way through the world and be able to trade with people that other people don't have contact with, then the whole tech thing is going to be pretty useful. So I finally have a technology I can trade. I'm looking at writing for those two, which is a much better tech. But it's, you know, much better to do that. And now Spain, I have tons of techs to trade for now. So I'm thinking maybe that, and then maybe offering writing, maybe offering some gold, so that I'm slightly still ahead of them in tech. Maybe. And there you go. Of course, I'm checking to see if I can get away with a little less. And we'll bam. So now I'm on par with Koreans and slightly ahead of the Spanish. That's what you gotta do when it comes to jockeying for these technologies. And now the goal is to see if I can find a third person who has techs that neither of them have, and taking advantage of that. That's the only way I know to keep up with them, because I have my technology set up pretty high. So I should be putting out a lot of tech. And yeah. I didn't worry about trading writing away. Some games you don't want to trade writing away because the tech that comes after writing is like, you get like a bonus from that. But because I'm not going for that tech and I'm going for map making, I didn't worry about trading that away. I figured this next city, if I put it there, it secures kind of that half of the island, which the Spanish are kind of going for right now. So cutting them off there seemed like a smart idea. And Koreans have a lot of cities everywhere already, it looks like. Way more than me. Kind of hoping that one of those dudes inside the barbarian encampment are going to come out and attack, just because you know, I'm only, I don't want to like attack and then get murdered afterwards, because there's two dudes in that encampment. And yeah, just exploring. It's an interesting map, Jim. I mean, you guys will obviously see like a lot more of it later, but from what you can see right now too, it's already led to some pretty interesting things. And yeah, the Seville maybe popped up there, so now I'm pressured to try to force a way through that way. And I'm starting to think I'm not going to get a lot of this island, which you know, is fine. Like, a lot of the land that they're cutting me off from is that like nasty tundra, and so I'm starting to think that maybe it's best I don't like take all of this island. If I can get like one or two more settlers and take like a few of like the nicer parts of this island, then I can start focusing on that next island before the Koreans get there. So that's my kind of train of thought right now while I'm settling these. So I'm going for a couple more cities. I'm not going for a whole island takeover at this time. I already kind of didn't go the route of going early military. I mean, I could probably still switch to that, no problem. But really, you know, I just wasn't expecting to play like an early military game. And I wasn't about to like switch my strategy now. You know, I was like in transit and everything. I'm just used to, like, you know, in Civ 5 you're like on an island and you're pretty isolated when you're playing the Archipelago maps. Maybe that's not everyone's experience with it, but it's been my experience. And so yeah, this threw me off a little bit that I had someone on my island. But it's all good. It makes for an interesting game. So yeah. For those of you who don't know, I wouldn't say I'm inexperienced because I used to play this game a long time ago. But that was a long time ago. And so I have 2 series that I played through on this channel already. And when I felt like I mastered like the standard difficulty, I moved on to this difficulty. And so I'm still relearning. You're still going to see some mistakes here and there, either from, a lack of experience or just from, like, you know, being traveling and stuff. Um, but yeah, it was a hassle to travel. Like a really big hassle. Like I had like a ton of requirements ready for like everything because of like the whole COVID crisis thing. And a lot of the requirements like make sense like for safety reasons. Like like wearing a mask at all times, things like that. But then there's like a lot of like getting a test that makes total sense. Um, but then like there's like a lot of like really weird things you had to do, like get like papers, like filling out like a ton of different like weird surveys and stuff like that that had nothing to do with with uh with like where I've been and who I've been in contact with. Like things that like have nothing to do with contact tracing. And yeah, it was just like one hoop after the other. And of course they would ask the same questions over and over and over again. It's like I had to fill out like 4 different papers that said like I had not been with someone who had COVID. Um, as if I wasn't like, honest on the first couple papers or something like that. Um, so yeah, it was a weird experience traveling during the COVID crisis. It had to be done because of the situation I found myself in at the time. It's not something I'd recommend. A, because of spread the risk of spreading the virus, of course, and then B, uh, because it's straight up unpleasant to travel because of this whole thing. But yeah, it I had to travel because of life circumstances, which sucked. But yeah, um, I mean, I'm sure there's nice places to travel to, but that wasn't particularly where I was going. And yeah, this game's pretty fun. It helped me keep my sanity while I was traveling. I like Civ 3 a lot, which is why this is like this is the only game that I've played like 3 times now on this channel. I've started uploading on this channel in February, and I played like 2 games, other games, and since then I moved on from them, and now I'm like uploading like another series to replace those other 2 games. Um, but this one stuck. This one is like stuck a lot, and it's just because I'm having fun playing it. And that's true of everything I do on this channel. I'm not doing it for any other reason other than it's fun. This is the game I would be playing like anyways if I wasn't uploading. Um, but I thought it'd be cool to upload it, see what people think of it, what critiques people can give on my gameplay. Um, I think I played it pretty competently so far. I mean, sinking my boat wasn't cool, but probably better than pissing off the Spanish. So I think I can make a decent argument for letting my boat sink. Um, min-maxing, not necessarily doing the best with my city production in terms of min-maxing maybe, but I think I've not necessarily fallen behind in that regard. Um, that was fun to watch. I like it when other AI suffer. And yeah, a bit of a weird pause there. Not sure what I'm doing. Maybe something came up. There you go. At this point, I was still in the hotel room. So there's a little less cuts when I'm in the hotel room, and then as I get to the airport and do stuff like that, there's going to be quite a few more cuts. Um, Staying in a hotel room was pretty neat too. It's like a quarantine hotel, so they bring like the food up to you, like, and that was like the first time I ever had like food brought up to like a hotel room for me, which sounds kind of corny, but like we we were always like not frugal to the point where like we weren't enjoying ourselves, but like when we went on a family vacation, it's like you go out to eat because like it's gonna be better than anything like the hotel can bring up to you, and you're not like that frivolous. I don't know. Maybe there's like different cases of different hotels, but we always opted to go out to eat and stuff like that whenever we went on a vacation when I was a kid. Um, but yeah, fortifying a dude there, walking around, building roads. So yeah, getting food delivered every meal was pretty cool. I just had to sit on my butt and do nothing while I waited. And yeah, so that's probably about it for this episode. Um, just the beginning of starting to expand, queuing up dudes, and exploring. And I think I've done quite a bit of exploring for the first episode. So yeah, uh, thank you guys so much for watching. And you guys have a good one. Let's watch that boat sail and that boat sail.